Today, I put every member of Team USA in the same draft class, and all of these superstars are in their primes. We're starting this off in the 2025 offseason. And with that, I want to note there will not be duplicates of these players in the league, so I've removed Steph Curry from the Warriors roster, LeBron and Anthony Davis are not on the Lakers, KD isn't on the Suns, you get the point. With that, we're going to have an opportunity to see these superstars on new franchises. And we're going to simulate 5 seasons to see how this changes the league. And hopefully we'll get to hop into battles between some of these Team USA guys. Let's get it started with the draft lottery. This is going to be a very important lottery. If you get a top 5, 6 pick, you've lucked out. I mean, really, if you have a lottery pick, you're going to be doing pretty well. The Celtics got the #1 pick. That makes sense. I had to remove JT. I also got rid of Derek White and Jrue Holiday from their roster. It was like a Troy Dan My Team video. They didn't have any players. So they get the #1 pick and a chance to replenish on some talent. The Utah Jazz are picking it too. That makes sense. They're just not very good. The Phoenix Suns are at 3. They lose Book and KD. Rockets are at 4 via Brooklyn. Pelicans at 5 via the Lakers. And that'll round out your top 5. Now we can get this draft started with the first overall pick in the 2025 draft. Ignore the fact that Adam Silver said 2024. Unfortunately, 2K does not let you start from the current day. We'll have that ability in 2025, but trust me, the rosters are accurate and everything. I'm rambling. Let's see who the Celtics take. They select Steph Curry. I thought Bron was a lock to go #1. Most people have LeBron top 2 all time, but I guess the Celtics don't. They said Steph's better. Wardell is in Boston. At 2, the Utah Jazz take Tatum. We did it! At 3, the Phoenix Suns are going to select, y'all gotta take Bron, right? There you go. Pick 4, the Houston Rockets are gonna take Joel Embiid. So they've got Embiid and Sengun in the front court now. They're probably just going to tell Sengun to take a seat on the bench. At 5, the Pels will have a chance to add to a team that already has B.I., Zion, DeJounte, CJ. And they take Anthony Davis, AD, back in a Pels uniform. You know who hasn't been selected just yet? Kevin Wayne Durant. Oh, there he goes, right on cue to the Washington Wizards. Hey, we know the Wizards could use the help. At 7, the Minnesota Timberwolves take Anthony Edwards. W script 2K. At 8, the Grizz will take Devin Booker, pairing him with Ja Morant. I like that backcourt. At 9, the Charlotte Hornets take Halliburton. Who's still on the board? I know Bam's available. You've also got Jrue and Derek White. Yeah, that makes sense, with all due respect to those guys. At 10, the Sixers trade their pick. They trade it for Lauri Markkanen. I mean, he's a great player to go get. And the Jazz are going to take Bam. They just drafted somebody earlier. They took Tatum, so they get Tatum and Bam. At 11, the Blazers take Jrue Holiday. Jrue was a Blazer for a very short time last offseason before getting traded to the Celtics where he won a title. At 12, the Miami Heat take Cooper Flagg. I mean, yeah, he's a great player. A lot of hype surrounding him. At number 13, the Detroit Pistons take Derek White, the man with the greatest hairline in NBA history. Ace Bailey goes to the Pels. And I think that'll wrap it up for all our guys, right? Am I forgetting somebody? No, I'm not forgetting anybody. Okay, good. We got to check out some of these new look rosters. The Celtics are going to be looking a lot different now with their new pickup in Steph Curry. Oh, look at that. The Warriors just signed Jimmy Butler. But check out the Celtics. You've got Curry, Brown, and KP. That's a good big 3. They also drafted Jaleel Bethea, who tends to be pretty good in these simulations. Or wait, did they sign him? Yeah, I think somebody picked him up in the 2nd round, didn't end up going out and actually signing him, so the Celtics swooped in, gave him a 3-year. The Grizzlies, they're gonna be a powerhouse. Ja and Booker, that's dangerous. The Hornets are interesting because you have Hallie and LaMelo. I feel like you definitely got to move something around there. LaMelo's 6'7", slide him to the 2. Both these guys are ball dominant players, maybe a bit of a weird fit. I really like the Jazz with Tatum and Bam. They picked up Harden. Harden tends to be a problem in the 2K Sims. Even Uncle Harden, he can be kind of decent. Bro, the Pels. And they got Ace Bailey. I didn't even really pay attention to that. They got VJ too. This dude's nice. Oh my gosh. Watch out for the Pelicans with Anthony Davis. The Rockets, good young up-and-coming team with Joel Embiid. LeBron's gonna have to carry the Suns. I mean, he's got Beal and Jalen Suggs, I guess, but that's about it. KD's over there in Washington playing with Kyle Kuzma. I mean, he's got Alex Sarr. I'm sorry, KD. And that pretty much wraps it up for our look around the league. Now we can jump into season number 1 of this simulation. I'm hyped. Some of these guys got drafted to great teams, so I have big expectations for them. Also, my bad if I sound a little bit off this video. My summer's coming to an end, so I was hanging out with some of my friends last night, bro. I was up till 3 a.m. Probably had one of the worst sleeps of my life, too. So I'm a little out of it, but that's no excuse to not get a video out today. And this seems like a perfect time to ask. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. I'm sorry, I know it's annoying, every YouTuber asks, but if it didn't work, they wouldn't ask, so sometimes I gotta remind y'all. And then for the people who don't want to subscribe, I'm just annoying them. But anyway, I'm rambling. Let's get to the end of the season. I was saying how LeBron was gonna have to carry the Suns, and he for sure tried his best to do exactly that. 31, 9-9. He wins MVP and Rookie of the Year and Clutch Player of the Year. Wow. Also, Sengun was 6th Man of the Year, backing up Embiid. Wemby DPOY. Stephon Castle Most Improved. On All NBA First Team, LeBron was the only guy from our draft class. They got Bron wearing number 17. Okay, well, that's something. There's Jason Tatum on All-NBA second. Very efficient, putting up good numbers. And Anthony Edwards doing what he does in Minnesota. Joel Embiid was on All-NBA third team, averaging a nice double-double, but not as much scoring as you probably would expect from a guy like Joel. Bron was on All Defensive first. Cooper Flag All Defensive second. Shout out to Cooper. There's AD All Defensive second. Wemby made first over AD. But Anthony Davis, he's one of the best defenders to ever do it for sure. Is that crazy? Maybe that's a crazy take, but he's really good on defense. LeBron James all rookie first. Jason Tatum was here as well. Anthony Edwards, Embiid, AD. We've seen all their numbers. On the second team, it was Steph, number 1 pick, but Bron won MVP over him. You also had Kevin Durant, Tyrese Halliburton. Come on, Tyrese. Can't even give me 18, 19 points, 15, really? Cooper was here, so was Bam. So no Derek White, no Drew Holiday. Was Booker on there? What's going on with D-Book? Oh, he was at point guard. Oh, that's my bad. All right, I moved him to the 2 now. He probably wasn't getting as many opportunities as he should have because he was at the 1, but at least he'll be starting at the 2 for the playoffs. Now, checking out the standings over in the East, Halliburton, I owe you an apology. I wasn't familiar with your game. Hallie and the Hornets. It's got a good ring to it. They were the number 1 seed. At 2, it was the Knicks. They didn't make any notable pickups via the draft or anything. The Detroit Pistons are here. Derek White getting Detroit back to the playoffs. Good stuff, Baldy. Celtics didn't make it with Steph. That's a big surprise to me. Wizards didn't make it, but I mean, we can cut KD some slack there. And then over in the Western Conference, the Jazz were number 1 with Tatum, Bam, and Harden. What did I tell y'all? I bet Harden was playing good. Look at him go. The Thunder were second. Thank goodness they didn't get anybody or the video would have been cooked. They would have been too overpowered. Pelicans coming third with Anthony Davis. The Grizzlies were 5th, and now that their starting lineup is the way it should be, they're probably going to be cooking. Rockets with Embiid are in the play-in. Blazers with Drew Holiday off the bench are the 9 seed. They're also in the play-in. The Mavs fall off. It's crazy. Why are they the 10 seed? The Suns didn't even make the play-in and Bron won MVP. That's crazy. Draymond and Sabonis, best buddies playing together. The Timberwolves were trash. And they traded away Gobert for MPJ. Lakers were garbage. Yeah, they didn't have a pick either. They're cooked. I think I've done enough rambling and looking through rosters though. So now we can jump into the playoffs. For round number 1, I'm going to go through things pretty quickly. But if we get any game 7s involving our guys, I'll be sure to jump in the Simcast. We didn't get any game 7s with any of our notable players. That's unfortunate. But in round 2, you've got the Hornets with Halliburton and LaMelo. They advanced past the Indiana Pacers in a sweep. I mean, yeah, the Pacers don't have Hallie anymore, and they'll be taking on the Heat in round 2. Our other Eastern Conference matchup is between the Knicks and the Pistons. Derek White leading Detroit to the second round. That's fire. Over in the West, we got Nuggets Jazz. Tatum and Bam taking on a stacked Denver team. And our other Western matchup is between the Pels and the Warriors. And as a Warriors fan, I gotta admit, we're about to get cooked. Pelicans take care of the Warriors in 5. What did I tell y'all? The Knicks beat the Pistons in 5. Sorry, Derek. But we do have a close series over here in the East. It's 2-2 between the Heat and the Hornets. We're going to jump in the Simcast for Game 5. I'd like to see Hallie and LaMelo out there hooping together in a hopping game. But it looks like the Hornets will close this one out. I didn't need to jump in. Halliburton 15 and 10. He's turning it up for the NBA playoffs. LaMelo turning it down for the NBA playoffs. Bro's on mute. 7 points. It's crazy. Well, let's see if we at least can get a game 7 here. We've got one between Utah and Denver. We'll see what happens over in the East. And what's crazy is the Jazz were up 3-1 over the Denver Nuggets, but the Nuggets have come clawing back. We've seen this Denver team make a 3-1 comeback before. Remember when Paul George hit the side of the backboard and everything in the bubble? And we've got a close one. 2-point ball game, minute 59 left. Wait, the Nuggets made a 3-1 comeback against the Jazz in the bubble, didn't they? Well, it looks like Denver could do it again. Walker Kessler gives it into Harden. Harden will give it up to Tatum. JT gets the screen from Adebayo. Tatum's mid-range is cash. That's a clean look for Jason. And the Jazz have a 4-point lead. They've just got to hold on to avoid the embarrassment of blowing a 3-1. Jamal Murray with the rock. He gives it down to Jokic. Jokic misses the layup. Adebayo the rebound. Now it'll go to the beard. James Harden gives it right up to Tatum. Tatum is clearly the #1 option on this Jazz team. He'll pass it out to Adebayo. Bam gives it up to Jeremy Grant. Grant gets the screen from Bam. Somebody's going to have to shoot it for Utah. It'll be Adebayo. And he converts on the layup. A nice pick and roll between Grant and Bam. And a 6-point lead for the Utah Jazz. Now, if you're Utah, you just don't want to do anything too crazy. Get some stops. Play slow, take your time. Royce O'Neal with the rock. He'll get the screen for Murray. O'Neal down to Jokic. Jokic going right at Adebayo. Fakes a couple times. Great defense from Bam. It'll go over to Murray. Murray fakes out Harden and gets the floater to go. Still within reach if you're the Denver Nuggets. I mean, they're only down by 4. Still about a minute to go. JT with the ball. They've got Aaron Gordon defending him. Tatum will get the screen from Bam. Jason working his way to the basket. Puts up the layup. Can't get it to go. And all of a sudden, the door is wide open for Denver. Murray attacking baseline here. Finds Jokic. Joker puts it up and gets it to go. Denver within 2. 32 seconds left. And now the Nuggets do not have to foul. They just got to get a stop here. And they have a timeout. Jason Tatum going straight to the basket. Gets it poked away by Gordon. Brown gives it up to O'Neal. Royce O'Neal defended by, is that Bryce Sensible? Anyway, it'll go over to Jokic. And Jokic's layup is good. Tie ball game. 15 seconds remaining. The Jazz can hold for the final shot. Either they knock it down and win this game, or we're going to OT. It looks like it'll be Tatum taking the last shot. He gets the screen from Adebayo. JT pulls the midi and knocks it down. But there's still time left for the Denver Nuggets. Royce O'Neal into Murray. Murray way downtown and it's off. The Utah Jazz narrowly escape in Game 7 behind a Jason Tatum game winner. Hey Tatum, hey Tatum. We did it! 25 points from JT. He's been playing well all playoffs. I gotta give him his props. Murray, he went out there and did playoff Jamal Murray things, but it wasn't enough. And also over in the Eastern Conference, the Hornets with Hallie and LaMelo took care of business in 6. So they're in the conference finals taking on the New York Knicks, while the Utah Jazz are taking on the Pels. And this is a head-to-head matchup between two of our Team USA players, Anthony Davis and Jason Tatum. Oh yeah, and also Bam Adebayo. My bad, Bam. Early on, the Pels are dominating. They're up 3-0. They sweep the Utah Jazz. And over in the East, the Hornets are up 3-1 on the Knicks. They take care of business in 5. So in the NBA Finals, it's Hornets-Pelicans. And I don't know if the Hornets have the answer for the size of the New Orleans Pelicans with Anthony Davis and Big Z in the front court. Game 1 will go to Charlotte. Maybe I don't know ball. Game 2 also goes to the Hornets. Clearly, I don't know ball. What? Okay, now 2K's just trying to prove me wrong. The Pels do get a game, but the Hornets finish it off in 5. Halliburton and LaMelo Ball win an NBA championship together. I did not expect this, to be totally honest with you guys, but props to them. They played very well, and immediately we're seeing the impact of our draft class on this league. Season number 1 was so much fun. Rhyming accidentally. Ahaha. But anyway, we saw that great Game 7 between the Utah Jazz and it was the Denver Nuggets, right? Hopefully we get some more great moments like that in season number 2. Season number 2 is wrapped. Luka Doncic wins the MVP award, of course. Luka had to find a way, even in a video with so many great players in their primes. Look at that, the Hornets coach Charles Lee wins Coach of the Year. So the Hornets are looking to go back-to-back. On All-NBA first, LeBron was the only member of Team USA. Same thing for second team. On the third, we did see Steph. He averaged 21 and 10. There's Halliburton and LaMelo too. Ant-Man about a 30 ball. Jason Tatum about 23. All defensive first, you had LeBron James. All defensive second, and Anthony Davis. Real quick though, I gotta change Bron's jersey number, bro. Number 17. 23's available. Yeah, get him at number 23. Come on, man. Let's take a quick look at the standings before we get into the playoffs. Number 1 in the West was the Pels. They got embarrassed in the finals last year by the Hornets. They're trying to be better this year in the playoffs. Number 4, you had the Jazz with Tatum and Bam. And they got De'Aaron. Love that pickup for them. Timberwolves in the playoffs. They're the 6th seed, led by Ant-Man. You had the Blazers in the play-in tournament. They picked up podcasting legend Draymond. And, of course, they have Drew from Team USA. Houston Rockets, they're the 9th seed with Embiid. Come on, Joel, lock in. They even got you Cam Boozer. You still can't do anything. The Suns in the play-in tournament. They should really call them the Phoenix Buns with how bad they've been this video. Ahaha. All right. Grizzlies miss out on the playoffs. Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous. How did they miss out on the playoffs? And then over in the Eastern Conference, your number 1 team, the Hornets, they're trying to go back-to-back. Celtics were number 2 with Curry. There you go, Steph. Pistons, Derek White. They were the 4 seed. The Wizards just barely made the play-in with KD. How come KD's averaging 19? I expect Easy Money Sniper to be scoring way more than that, man. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the standings. Let's get into the playoffs. For round 1, again, if we get any Game 7s with our notable players, we'll be sure to jump in the Simcast. And we've got quite a few Game 7s across the league. Bro, the Hornets lost in 5 to the Magic. Well, there goes your defending champs. But the first Game 7 we're going to be checking out is between the Pistons and Cavs. Pistons legend Derek White trying to lead them to the second round here. I believe the Pistons were in round 2 last year, ended up losing. The Derek White effect. Okay, really, it's Cade Cunningham going crazy, but shout out to Derek. Next Game 7 we got is between OKC and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Thunder Timberwolves, Game 7. Give me a close one. I want to see Ant in a Game 7. That sounds like a lot of fun. But unfortunately, we're not going to get that chance as the T-Wolves come up short. Come on, Ant. The Thunder are really good, though, so I'll cut them some slack there. And the Jazz, they got to deal with Wembanyama. Good luck. I saw Wemby is a 91 overall for 2K25. What do y'all think? Is that too high, too low? I think that's about right, to be honest with you. I could see a world where by the end of next season, Wemby's like a 95, 96 in 2K. The Jazz end up winning this one. Jayson Tatum, another Game 7 W in this video, leading the way for his team. Also, De'Aaron Fox proved to be great. He was a good pickup for the Jazz. And with that Jazz W, our round 2 matchups are set. We've got Jazz Pelicans. We've seen this matchup before, but now the Jazz have De'Aaron. Our other matchup in the West is between the Mavs and the Thunder. We don't really care about this one. This doesn't have any of our Team USA players. We've got Pistons Magic. The 8-seeded Magic are coming off an upset against the 1-seeded Hornets. They just beat the defending champs. And then our other matchup in the East is between the Celtics and the Knicks. Hopefully this one is close. Steph's my favorite player, so I would love to see him in action in one of these games. And it looks like we are going to get a close one between the Celtics and Knicks. Shout out to 2K, man. Over in the West, things got wrapped up in 6. Pelicans ended up beating the Jazz, and then the Thunder beat the Mavericks. But let's hop in the Simcast. Game 7 between Boston and New York. Steph, what happened? It wasn't even close. And the Knicks advance. Derek White has led the Pistons all the way to the conference finals. Hey, I'm trying to see the Derek White title this year. That's what I'm trying to see. Oh my gosh, Derek, come on. Come on, Derek. It's Pistons Pels in the finals. It's going to be tough for Detroit to get past Anthony Davis and the Pelicans. Good luck. Game 1 will go to the Pistons. Pels win game 2. Pistons win game 3 and 4. Pels win game 5 and 6. The New Orleans Pelicans are eyeing a 3-1 comeback. It's only been done once before by LeBron James and the Cavs in 2016, but it's about to happen again. The New Orleans Pelicans win it. Zion Williamson 27, Anthony Davis 29-5 with 3 blocks. The Derek White run is over. I'm sorry, Derek. I was rooting for you. Zion is named Finals MVP. So far, we're 2 seasons in, and in both seasons, we've seen Team USA players win the NBA title. Cool to see Anthony Davis back on the Pelicans and competing as well. And now we can jump into season number 3. Save some MVPs for the rest of the league, Luka. Isn't it crazy he wins this all the time in 2K, but yet doesn't have one in real life just yet? LeBron James wins Defensive Player of the Year. That's an award we have not seen him win in his career in real life. Willie Green, Coach of the Year. The Pelicans, they're trying to go back-to-back this year. LeBron was on All-NBA first team. On second team, you had Steph Curry over in Boston. He isn't scoring as much as I would have anticipated. Anthony Edwards is on third team. So is Jayson Tatum. And then here are your all-defensive teams. Headed into the playoffs, the Pels, they're the team to beat. They picked up Mikal Bridges. Wow. Also in the mix, Joel Embiid. Rockets are the 5 seed. They won 54 games with the big man this year. Jazz were in 6 with 50 wins. They pick up Desmond Bane, RJ Barrett. This roster is loaded. Timberwolves are in the play-in with Edwards. The Grizzlies continue to just disappoint me. And the Suns are still bad. They can't get Bron any help. Blazers are in the play-in with Drew at the 1. Over in the East, it's the Charlotte Hornets. They lost in round 1 last year as the number 1 seed, but they're back and they're trying to win this year. Number 2, it's the Pistons with Derek White. Was that Bol? Oh my gosh. Bol at the 4. That's fire. Celtics were in 3rd with Wardell. Wizards made the playoffs with Durant. There you go, KD. And that's about it for the standings. So let's jump into these playoffs. I'm just going to sim straight through round 1 so we can get into round 2 a little bit faster. We've got the Thunder and the Pelicans. And the Thunder no longer have J-Dub. They don't look as good as they usually do in these videos. We got Spurs, Mavs. We don't care about that one. They don't have any of our Team USA players. Cavs, Hornets, LaMelo, and Hallie trying to get back to the finals. And then Celtics, Knicks. Steph lost to New York last year, right? So he's trying to win this time. It was a Game 7 L last year as well. So I know Steph's trying to win. Curry's going to have a chance to redeem himself as the Celtics are going 7 with the Knicks. We've got another Game 7 here in the East as well with the Hornets and the Cavs. The first one we'll be checking out is between New York and Boston. Now, what's crazy about this Game 7 is the Celtics were down 3-1. Steph and company have fought all the way back, and in Game 7, we find ourselves with a close one. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left. Celtics are up by 3. Knicks have the ball. It'll go into Brunson. Brunson is defended by Steph. He gets the screen from Jackson Davis. JB trying to create some separation on Curry, but Curry's playing good defense. It'll go over to Dante DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo to Walker. 3 ball is up, and it's off. It's rebounded by Bethea. Jalil Bethea bringing it up. He's defended by B.I. It'll now go to Steph. Curry gets the screen from Kristaps Porzingis. Steph has room. Deep 3 is up, and it's off. Jackson Davis the board. It'll go to Brunson. Jaylen Brown defending Brunson. I like this matchup. Brown is a really good defender, but he gets hit by the screen, and now it'll go down to Walker and 1. I was just talking about how good Jaylen Brown's defense was, and then that happens. Really, man? Free throw for Walker is good, and we've got a tie ball game. A little over a minute remaining here. Curry has it for the Celtics. Steph gonna get the screen, pull the mid-range, and cash out. That's too much room for the greatest shooter of all time. 2-point lead for Boston. But the Celtics have to find a way to stop Brunson. He's an elite offensive player, especially in the clutch. Brunson backing down Steph. His layup is good off the window. And we are all tied up once again. 50 seconds left. Steph Curry's bringing it up. Curry will get the screen from Porzingis. Steph has room, pulling way downtown. It's off. I don't know why he went so far back. DiVincenzo has it down to Walker for the dunk. Celtics down by 2 and they call timeout. That's a smart move. They have not been playing well here in the clutch. Wilson is inbounding. It'll go into Bethea. Get the ball to Steph, man. There you go. Curry has it. Steph gives it up to Wilson. Wilson defended by Randall. Gives it back to Curry. Curry gets the screen from Porzingis. Step back is good. That was tough. And the Celtics have the lead. Oh my goodness. Porzingis, the perfect screen. Steph, step back. Too much room. And of course, that's money. Big shot from Curry. But this game is very much in reach if you're the New York Knicks. Only down by a single point. You just need a bucket and you're back in the lead. It'll go into Brunson. New York with no more timeouts left. Brunson attacking the basket. Layup is off. Curry the board and he's fouled. Celtics are not in the bonus just yet. However, they are going to be now as Jalen Brunson sends Steph to the line. And we know Curry's going to hit these. First one's good. Second one for Steph is also good. 3-point lead for Boston. Knicks are going to have to bring it up the floor quick and shoot a 3. It goes to Randall for 3. Oh my gosh, you're kidding. 1.7 left. Steph Curry, full court heave is off. And we've got overtime. Julius Randle really made that, dude. What a shot. He was falling over. Bro, are you serious? The Celtics can't handle the Randle. We're going to simcast the first couple minutes of OT. Alright, we can jump back in here. Celtics have been playing well so far in the overtime period. They're up by 6 with a minute 23 left. Randall gives it into Brunson. Brunson going at Curry here. He's at the foul line. Screen comes from Ayton. Now it'll go to DiVincenzo. Now it finds Ingram. I think that the Knicks traded for Ingram and Randall was open. He missed the 3. They traded Bridges for Ingram, I believe. Ball will go to Jaylen Brown. Brown to the basket. Tough. Did he use the left right there? 8-point lead for the Celtics, and it's looking like this ball game is over with, and the Celtics will have completed a 3-1 comeback. Ayton to Brunson. Brunson spins, finds Ingram wide open, and maybe this game isn't over with just yet. The Knicks definitely need some stops, but that 3 from B.I. was huge. Steph Curry's double teamed, and Wilson gets a wide open slam. I think that'll do it here. The Boston Celtics get the W. Steph Curry, a monster game, 37-19. And guess what? We got another Game 7 here in the East between the Hornets and Cavs. And this one is a Charlotte W. Hornets in the conference finals. They'll be taking on Steph Curry and the Celtics. And then over in the West, it'll be the Pels and the Spurs. AD versus Victor Wembanyama in a battle of the bigs. And AD's winning that battle of the bigs for sure. Pels win in 5, Hornets do the same. We've seen these two teams face off in the finals before and the Hornets won, but the Pelicans are coming off of a title. Game 1 will go to New Orleans. They win Game 2 as well. Oh man, Hornets get a game, but the Pels win it in 5, meaning that Anthony Davis has won 2 out of the 3 championships in this video. Good stuff from the big man. And now we're about to head into season number 4. This past year was crazy. That Game 7 between the Celtics and Knicks, absolute cinema. Hopefully we get some more games like that we can jump into in this upcoming season. Victor Wembanyama wins MVP. LeBron James, another DPOY on the season. Cade Cunningham, clutch player of the year. Cade Cunningham, more like clutch Cunningham. Ahaha. Bron was on All-NBA first. Steph made All-NBA third. Bro, Curry has just not scored the way I wanted to see him score in this video. Halliburton's been so good all video. Won a championship. I know he lost to the Pels, but man, him and LaMelo have been a formidable duo over there in Charlotte. That's the word of the day today. Formidable. Rockets were the #1 seed in the West. Joel Embiid. Yeah, his team is really good in Houston. Pelicans are definitely a threat to repeat. Anthony Davis, not really putting up the numbers I would have hoped, but he is still playing good basketball, and I guess they don't need him to score a ton. It's kind of a balanced attack from their lineup. The Jazz, always in the mix with Jason Tatum and Bam Adebayo. They're the 6th seed in the West. The Nuggets got Kawhi. I think they traded Jamal Murray for Kawhi. That was definitely a decision. LeBron James on the 9-seeded Suns. The Suns have been bad all video. T-Wolves are the 10 seed. Blazers with Drew haven't done much all video. Over in the East, the Heat were #1. At 2, you had the Bulls. I just wanted to point them out because they're led by the greatest player of all time, Killian Hayes. There's the Celtics with Steph. Steph has been unable to win a ring in this video, but he's going to have a chance to do it this year. Derek White also been unable to win a ring in this video. Maybe he can do it here. We've seen the Pistons have some pretty good runs. Hornets were the 6th seed. They fell off significantly this year. The Wizards with KD have never really been able to put it together so far. And now that we've done all that talking, let's get to the playoffs. Round 1, we're going to go through pretty quickly. Now we can dial in for the second round. We've got Rockets versus Spurs. Embiid versus Wemby. That's fire. Pelicans versus Mavs. Pels looking to go for another one this year. Then over in the East, it's the Heat and the Cavs. We don't really care about this matchup as both these teams don't have any players that I'm too worried about. They don't have our Team USA guys. And then the Bulls will be taking on the Celtics. I think the Celtics got this one. Steph, you better win this one. The Celtics finished the job against the Bulls in 6. Spurs beat the Rockets in 5. Come on, Embiid. And the Pels end up beating the Mavs in 5. We've still got one more series going on over here in the East, but this is the series we don't care about. But I just went ahead and simulated through that. The Cavs end up making it to the conference finals where they'll be taking on Curry and the Celtics. Steph looking to punch his ticket to the NBA finals for the first time in this video. And then we've got Wemby versus AD. We've seen this matchup before. I would really like a hop-in game in this series. The battle of the bigs would be fire, but it gets wrapped up in 6 as Wemby and the Spurs get the dub, and then Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs beat the Celtics in 6. Come on, Steph. Come on, AD. That's disappointing. This series went 7 and the Cavs won, led by Donovan Mitchell. This is the first year that none of our Team USA guys were able to get a title. Hopefully we'll see one of the guys win a title in the 5th and final season of this video. Let's jump into it. Victor Wembanyama, another MVP. LeBron James, another DPOY. And Matt Nelson, Coach of the Year for the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs are going to be a problem. We'll have to see if a team like Embiid and the Rockets or maybe the Pelicans with AD can get past San Antonio this year. There's Halliburton on All-NBA. Tatum's here as well. The two guys who didn't really get much PT for Team USA. The numbers on their jerseys, 0, show the amount of minutes they were getting in most of those games, man. Here's what the standings are looking like. Spurs are on top of the West. Pels are in the mix as usual. Rockets in the mix like we've been seeing. Jazz in the play-in tournament. So are the T-Wolves. So it looks like the main two contenders in terms of Team USA guys over in the West are Anthony Davis and Joel Embiid. Over in the East, Hallie and LaMelo are back, man. They're back and they're better. There's Derek White doing his thing as a role player for the Detroit Pistons, and that's really about it. The Celtics are in the play-in, I guess. Steph fell off. All right, let's jump into these playoffs. I went straight through round 1, and in round 2, we got Spurs versus Rockets, Embiid versus Wembanyama. Our other Western Conference matchup is between the Pels and the Thunder, Zion and AD taking on Chet and Shea. Bro, that Pels team is insane. Just looking at that. Man, oh my goodness, they put together a really good roster. Pistons are taking on the Hornets. Come on, Derek White. And then the Raptors are taking on the Nets. Don't really care about this matchup too much. Most of our series got wrapped up pretty quickly, but we've got a Game 7 between Embiid and Wembanyama. 2K, just give me a close one. I'm begging you, man. Embiid versus Wemby, that sounds fire. But Wembanyama dominated, bro. Embiid, oh my gosh, man. AJ DeBonsta and Wemby were too good. Conference finals, it'll be Spurs versus Pels. AD versus Wemby, part 1 million. And then over in the East, it's Hornets, Raptors. Hallie and LaMelo looking to get one last ring before we wrap this up. And it's going to be the Spurs and the Hornets in the finals. AD and the Pelicans kind of got cooked, and the Hornets were cooking against the Raptors. We'll see if they can keep that momentum going into the NBA Finals. They've got a great big three: LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, and of course Tyrese Halliburton. Game 1 will go to San Antonio. They win Game 2 as well. Hornets take Game 3 and 4. There you go, Charlotte. Way to bounce back. Game 5 is an important one. Series is all tied up. We're going to get in the Simcast here. Thank you, 2K. This is exactly what I've been waiting for. Close ball game here. Spurs are currently up by 2. Hornets have the ball. It's a low-scoring game in this one. Brandon Miller with the rock. Miller will get the screen. He's going downhill. Fakes. He stops in his tracks. Will throw it away. Wembanyama has it. Here goes Wemby up to Easton. LaMelo with the big defensive play. Here comes ball in transition. Hallie is not checked in right now, so LaMelo's running the show. He'll get the ball back from Clingan. Ball finds Hunter for a 3-ball, and it's off. That was a clean look too. Stephon Castle's bringing it up for the Spurs, but I got to see what's going on with Hallie. He's not fouled out, so he should be in here shortly. Dylan Harper with the ball as the clock ticks below a minute. Victor Wembanyama out to Castle, to Eason, back to Castle. Castle down to Wembanyama. Wemby going to Donovan Clingan. He fakes, fades, and gets it to go off the window. Victor Wembanyama with his size, he's just so tough to stop. And the Hornets are going to need a bucket here. Brandon Miller barreling his way to the basket. He gets stopped in his tracks. He's still going up, and he misses it. It's not looking good for Charlotte. If Tari Eason knocks both of these down, it'll be a 6-point lead. First one is good. Second one for Eason is also good. Hallie is in the game for the Hornets. Maybe he can provide them with some energy. Charlotte will call their last time out here. Hornets probably need a 3-ball coming out of the timeout. Clinging into Hallie to Bol. Is that Bol? Now it'll go to Brandon Miller. Nice fake, and he's blocked by Wemby. Bro, Wembanyama, he's a cheat code. I just can't imagine what 2K is going to look like once Wemby hits his prime. He's going to be just so unstoppable. He's already so good in 2K now, but man. Hornets are down 3-2 in this series, facing elimination in Game 6. They got to bounce back. They've got a chance. Down by 3 here. Spurs have the ball. The Hornets need a bucket right now with 49 seconds left. Wembanyama with the rock. It'll go down to DeBonsta. AJ misses it. It's rebounded by Dalton Connect. Connect 4 with it. He's going at Wemby. Not a smart decision there. Swing the rock. Yeah, it'll go to Halliburton. Hallie to LaMelo to Connect. Connect. Gonna get the screen from Donovan Clingan. Dalton can't find any room. He did find room. It looked like Wembanyama was right there, but Connect 4 connects on the jumper. And the Hornets are within 1. They are going to have to foul here, but there's a chance. Devin Vassell's headed to the line. Oh, no, he isn't. The Spurs aren't in the bonus just yet, so the Hornets are going to have to foul again. It'll be Dylan Harper going to the line here. First one for Harper is cash. Second one for Harper is off. That's a big break for Charlotte. They can tie it with a 2. Here comes Bol with it. He'll give it up to Halliburton. Hallie taking his time here, surveying the floor. He'll get the screen from Donovan Clingan. Halliburton lets it fly with his wonky jumper, and he misses it. Oh, no. Unless A.J. DeBonsta misses a free throw, this game is over. First one all net. Second one for DeBonsta is good. I mean, maybe the Hornets have a slight chance because they do have a timeout, but they're going to need to hit a 3, foul quickly, and then hit another 3. So it'd take a miracle here. Clingan into Miller. Miller fakes, pulls, and connects. Do you believe in miracles? Only 1.3 left, and the Hornets barely are able to foul. LaMelo just fouled out the game. Now, 0.4 is enough time to get a shot off if the Spurs miss this free throw here, or make the free throw, sorry. Vassell knocks it down. Bol into Hallie. Hallie didn't get that off. Are you kidding me? He missed it anyway. So that will do it. The Hornets come up short, and the Spurs win the title. Wemby Finals MVP. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.